I have both been looking forward to and dreading this video. So without any babbling, let's just get into it and address the elephant in the room. Let's jump back to 2012, shall we?
If you're gay, then you're gay. Don't pretend that you're straight. You could be who you are any day of the week. You are unlike the others, so strong and unique. We're all with you.
I want to kind of explain why I'm making this video. I've actually done this video a lot over the few years that I've had this YouTube channel, but I've never really liked how it came out. Basically, there was a lot of confusion when I finally came out as gay because there had been, I'm not going to say a man in my life, there was something else going on through most of my high school years that was not really going with the theme of being a lesbian, and I'm finally going to talk about it. And why am I talking about it? Well, I finally reached a point where I'm extremely comfortable in who I am and my sexuality and where I want to be. So I have no shame, well, a bit of shame. I'm not going to lie, there's a bit of shame here because of how disgustingly embarrassing this is. But I finally want to make this video to finally talk about the time I thought I was straight and was completely and utterly in love with a celebrity. If you haven't guessed, this son of a bitch right here on my shirt. Why would I put myself through this embarrassment? Well, I want to read my proverbial diary. It wasn't exactly a diary, but it was in a notebook and I considered it my secret writing place. So the reason I want to read this on my video is because there are people in my life who I thought were going to be the closest people ever, and I entrusted them with the shameful, I say shameful, not like shameful as in like bad, but shameful like painfully embarrassing. I trusted them with the stuff I'd written in the book, and it has been hanging over my head for a very long time that there are people who are now practical enemies in my life who know what I wrote in this book and who know how I was back when I was a teenager. And I would personally rather be the one to tell people about this than maybe possibly have someone who I thought was close to me but who now isn't going around and telling people themselves. And besides, I'm not like this anymore. So it'll be like a trip down memory lane for me. Not the good type of memory lane, but you'll have fun, go haha, wasn't Erin such a dork? But if anyone from my high school is watching this, they're going to be like, oh, finally, she's finally going to talk about it, fuck's sake. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Because once I've talked about it, it has no power over me anymore. I'll have acknowledged it and talked about it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And yes, I used to go out in public in this t-shirt. Can you imagine how fucking... Thank you, my friend Erin, for making it for me, though. I really appreciate it. I just sort of look back on the times I went out and wore it with pride, with a bit of embarrassment, just a bit. Back in 2012, I came across a lovely little trilogy called The Hunger Games. And anyone who's watched my channel for a while now has noticed the Hunger Games posters littered around everywhere in my room, so you can kind of get the idea that I quite like the series. Where this sort of comes into play is that I became obsessed. At the time, I thought that it was a special kind of obsessed, the kind of obsessed that no one has ever experienced before apart from me. That I was the special fan, the special one going through this special connection to the trilogy, when really I was just your usual cliche believer for the Hunger Games. But at the time, I believed it was very genuine, and I thought that I was the only one who understood and loved the series on the level that I did. And if anyone knows the Hunger Games, they know that this son of a bitch on my t-shirt is in the movie. Yeah, he plays Peter Millark. His name is Josh Hutcherson. I hate saying that name now because I just get like a little... It embarrasses me. But yes, his name is Josh Hutcherson. If you don't know him from the Hunger Games, my go-to was always, he was the, the squirt in Bridge to Terabithia, the one who didn't die. Yeah, that was him. And I latched on to him as all teenage girls do and fell helplessly in love. And I was convinced that I was never going to love anyone else like I loved him. Even though I never fucking met him. Oh, the joys of being a teenager, isn't it just great? So, to vent and to talk about all the things that no one else in the world could possibly understand apart from me, because they would tell me I'm too young, I'm not in love, it's just a teenage obsession. Can you imagine people saying that? Like, come on, fuck off. Of course it was true love. And because I didn't feel like anyone understood, I took to a book. And yes, the quote on it is a Nelson Mandela quote that says, "It always seems impossible until it's done." The reason I picked this book in the store was because I thought, well, yeah, everyone thinks it's not love and it's impossible until it's done. Yeah, it's that bad. There's a lot of crap in here. I don't even know what half of it is, but there's a lot of pages and crap in here. But we are going to open up and delve into my deepest, darkest laments. Is it called laments? Lamenting about our dear Mr. Hutcherson, because it's embarrassing as hell. But I'm sure most of you will laugh. I won't be, but this video needs to be made. Alright, let's go. Prologue. I called it a prologue. It's not a prologue, it's a letter to the start of the book. Oh my lord. Right. To whom it may concern, if you're reading this right now, then you've ignored my request not to read what's written in here. So I ask you again, close this book, please. Alright. Close this book, please. You may be mentioned in this depending on who you are, and you mightn't like what I've said. I don't want to hurt anyone, and this book is to help me get everything out, but I don't want to hurt anyone, so please don't read this book. I guess I also don't want to look like an idiot, because to everyone else I'll sound stupid, that how I feel is stupid, that I am stupid, but I need to get it out. Please. Do not read on, it's important to me. Yours faithfully, Erin Kern. When was this? The 25th of the 6th, 2013. I started writing this book in 2013, 4 years ago. 2013 was 4 years ago, wasn't it? Oh, midlife crisis. So yeah, this book started in 2013, while I was probably waiting in the hiatus between Hunger Games Movie 1 and Catching Fire, because that was like a year and a half wait, and it really did kill me. So I used this book basically to lament. I thought I would be bitching about people in it, as you can tell from the prologue, but really it just turned into a lot of crap. I even wrote chapter 1. I don't do chapters throughout this. This is like the only chapter. But right, let's get into it, because this is where I start talking about him. Right. Hold on to your hats, because I'm about to feel so ashamed. Chapter 1. I love him. No, you don't. You really don't, but alright. Now that I've written that sentence, I'm not sure what else to say, because that's it, plain and simple. I love him. Of course, I'm 14 going on 15. I was 14, and he was 20, and I thought this could work out. I was jailbait back then, and I thought it would be okay. Oh, jeez, Aloo. Of course, I'm 14 going on 15. What do I know about love, huh? Obviously not much, but I do know a few things. When I hear his name, my heart soars. When I see photos of him, I melt inside. He fills my dream, my heart, my soul. I never tire of him. You will eventually. Trust me, you'll get there. And when I see him with someone else, I die inside. I'm so dramatic. I forgot to mention that. I have a flair for embellishing, especially when I was younger, so a lot of this is going to be really fucking dramatic. So prepare yourself. Recent events have brought me to tears in the space of an hour. I was an emotional wreck back then, I'm assuming because of hormones. I want him happy, of course I do, but I can't help feeling broken to know he's with someone else. He does seem happy with this girl, and I know, as someone who loves him, I can't read that sentence, seriously. I should be overjoyed that he's found someone, but I can't bring myself to be so, because it's killing me inside, slowly eating me up inside, and I don't like it. People get on like I choose to feel this way. I don't know why they think I choose this pain and heartache. What did I say about dramatics? Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to have people tell you that you don't know what you're talking about, that you're being ridiculous because you barely know them and they don't even know you exist? Okay, 2013 Erin, I'm gonna level with you. You don't know what you're talking about, you're being ridiculous, and he barely knows you fucking exist. He still doesn't even know you fucking exist, you moron. I didn't think I'd get this angry, but alright, here we go. Of course, I know that he literally doesn't know I exist, and it's painful, and I don't need other people pointing it out as well. Yeah, Erin, I think you kind of do, because there's a bit of a problem going on here, and I feel like people do need to point this stuff out to you. This is like a letter to my past self. I like it. Trust me, people need to be saying this to you, because this is unhealthy. Yeah? Unhealthy. Especially since you're going to later turn out to be gay. It's just a bunch of wasted time. Right, let's see what else is in here. Let's open up a random page and see how it goes, right? Oh! I drew my little cycle. I figured that I had this thing I called the Josh cycle. And the Josh cycle was where I got angry and frustrated with how I felt and how impossible it was. See? See it there? And then I would love him again. And then I would get angry. And then I would feel bad and I'd love him again. And then I would get kind of exhausted because it was kind of an emotional roller coaster. And then I'd get angry again. Lovely little cycle, isn't it? I was such an artist as well back then. Look at that. Look at that shit. Oh, I used to have long hair. Look at that shit. The traumatic life that I had. Such an emotional roller coaster I was going through. Can you imagine loving someone and them not loving you back? I mean, never mind all those other things that people endure, like poverty and having to be a carer at a young age. I was in love, alright? And he didn't know I existed. Please note the heavy sarcasm, because I couldn't take it if people thought I was being serious. Yeah? Take everything that I'm saying here with heavy sarcasm. Heavy, heavy sarcasm. Oh, there's something that's true. I wrote I'm living a lie. I just didn't know what sort of lie I was living at the time. Right. Let's read something else. Alright, this is from the 22nd of the 12th. Oh, near Christmas! Near Christmas, guys! 2013. I suppose it would all be so much easier if I could be emotionless. That I could pretend that I didn't care up until the point that I actually didn't anymore. You finally achieved it! You don't care anymore! You're not emotionless, but you don't care anymore. At least that's something. Finally found some progress in here. But every time I think up a scenario where I would have to act like I didn't give a damn, like engagement or marriage, and I just end up crying. Mum said something recently that killed me. She said that he was eventually going to get engaged, and when I told her sarcastically, thanks for the reminder, she said, just trying to keep it real. God damn it. God damn my mum for trying to put a bit of reality into my life. How dare she do that? Didn't she know I was practically an emotional cripple at that time? Oh my god, I wish I could go back in time and slap myself. I really would. I wouldn't even just slap myself. I would roundhouse kick myself into space. I am that embarrassed of how I used to be. Oh, but let's finish this. I don't know. It was like it put everything into perspective. The impossibility of it hit me like I'd been rammed off my feet by a truck, left to die on the road. Slowly, painfully. I took a panic attack in my living room, gasping for breath that just wouldn't come, telling myself that Mum was wrong, that it could still happen for me. It didn't work though, because I just knew right then that she was right. It took you this long to realise he was going to get engaged eventually. She was right. He was going to find happiness. He deserves happiness. Yeah, because you know him personally. You know him personally. Oh dear God. I just wish I could have been a part of that happiness. Well, you can't. You're 15! I was a bit of a masochist as well. I did a spider diagram of why it would never work out between us. Because as well as kind of being obsessed with him and obsessed with the idea of being with him, I also like to remind myself that I was never going to be with him and it was never going to work out, and I like to wallow in the pain that gave me because I was a masochist. I know somewhere I start writing improvement in how I feel. I'm just trying to find it. Right, let's see here. 25th of August 2014. I think I might actually have a shot at beating this thing. You have no idea how much you can get done when you're not online. It's amazing. I can see a light at the end of the tunnel, and you know what it is? My brighter future. Drama! Okay, I have a bit of a relapse in the next page. I shouldn't have been so optimistic. I jinxed the entire thing. I'm not going to read that. Or should I? I just can't give it up. It's become such a large part of my life. I'll stop writing Potato. I can deal with that. But not him. Not yet. I'm not ready for such a huge leap. I need him in my life to remain sane. Yeah, I think we kind of proved that wrong at this point. Even though when I think of him, I'm far from sane. He cuts me up inside and I'm helpless to stop it. Yeah, Josh, you bastard. Like, how can you be doing this to, like, this 15-year-old girl without her even knowing? Or am I 16 at this point? I am 16 at this point. Like, how can you do this unknowingly, you asshole? The poor fuck doesn't even know. Like, he's off, like, in America somewhere. I have no idea. Well, he probably knew that there are people having, like, meltdowns about him somewhere. Okay, well, you know what, here I finally admitted on the 22nd of September 2014 that his girlfriend was pretty. I remember I used to be, I was a horrible person. I used to say she was ugly and shit when she's really not. So I started writing fan fiction near the end of this book because I stopped kind of talking as much about Josh because I was trying to distance myself again. But, oh, this would be a nice little thing. Hold on, right. Tomorrow it will have been a year since I had my breakdown about Claudia and Josh in the living room. Claudia is Josh's girlfriend. And now, a year later, they're not even together anymore. Scratch that, I think they are. They're not very public about it, but who really cares? It's ridiculous. I got myself so worked up over something that wasn't even set in stone. I was broken up over an uncertain future. I feel so stupid now looking back on it, even though I'm still not completely well now. I am better though. Not completely, but much better than I was this time last year. Baby steps towards success. However, new challenges are being thrown at me. My anxiety is becoming increasingly crippling. I still have spontaneous moments where all I want to cry, and school is painfully stressful. I'm going to fail maths, this is certain, and RE has so much to revise, and this is just for January's mock. Alongside double award science, I don't know what mocks I have to revise for or when they are. See, I start to worry about the important things like exams, my education. Finally, it only took how many pages of this book? Like a load, but still, I got there. Guys, in the final few pages of this book, 14th of the 1st, 2015. I'm beginning to question my sexuality. I identify as bisexual because I've been attracted to men before. Well, only David Tennant and Josh Hutcherson. No matter how much I try to convince myself otherwise, those crushes were never in a sexual sense. But women, I feel something with women. I've realized that I'd gladly date a woman. I find them way more appealing than men. Maybe this just means I'm more on the lesbian side of bisexuality. I mean, I wouldn't be freaked out if I was gay. I just wish I could know for sure. I've had crushes on men, but prefer the idea of being with a woman. What does that mean? What does it all mean? Here we are, guys. The last page. 20th of September 2016. There's been a development. I don't kid myself anymore. I don't love him. I never did. I know now that it was a phase. But it's odd. I'm gay. I know I'm gay. I don't like him like that anymore. In fact, when I think of the name Josh, I think of my RPG character Josh, not Josh Hutcherson. Yet I could swear there's still something like a twinge of excitement mixed with dread at the idea of seeing him again and something. The same sort of feeling I got when I was nuts. I hate that feeling. I hate it with a fucking passion. It helps that the conflict of emotion isn't there. It helps a great deal. It does make why exactly I'm feeling this way quite confusing. Maybe it's remnants of my old deluded psyche shining through. Maybe you really can't rid yourself of a person that easily. This page is a major juxtaposition to the rest of this book, but honestly I'm glad. I can end this book, bought on a whim in the works and becoming a dumpster fire of teenage angst and hormones, mixed with some definite spells of depression and misery, on a high note. The final line here is, I beat you, Josh Hutcherson, you magnificent bastard. I win. I'm not even fucking around. Look. I don't even remember writing that. Yeah, remember that thing I said where I had a bit of a dramatic spell? Yeah, I kind of still have that. I still kind of have that a little bit. But what was the point saying this? Well, as I say, the point of this is me getting it out in the open, me acknowledging that, yeah, this was a part of my life, and it was a pretty embarrassing part of my life for a very long time. And as I say, there are people who are now practical enemies of me who have read this book and know how insane I was and how sad and pathetic I was. And if I come out here and say all this stuff, then the knowledge that they have really doesn't mean anything anymore. If they try to tell anyone, they'll be like, yeah, she made a video about it, everyone knows. And honestly, as I said, I'm so comfortable in who I am now. I'm honestly not unseated or unconcerned about anyone who are thinking about me being not gay because of the obsession I have with Josh Hutcherson. I see now that me being obsessed with him was kind of me being confused with my sexuality in the first place, because I didn't have a lot of crushes on people, especially in school, and I kind of latched on to someone who was in something that I loved, aka the Hunger Games. I latched on to him, and it kind of dug my claws in so far that it became an almost desperation to prove to other people that I liked him so much, to the point of love, that I convinced myself of the same thing. When really, deep down, I just didn't have crushes on boys, and that's what I'd been looking for the entire time, a boy to have a crush on. I like women. Yeah, secret. It's really a plot twist, I will admit that. Anyone from my high school who endured those Josh Hutcherson years with me probably were like, what? Like, what? After all of that? But yeah, that's it. I'm gay. I don't care about this magnificent bastard anymore. I don't even watch his movies anymore, to be honest. I can't be fucked. I don't care about him. That sounds awful. Well, it's not exactly awful. I just don't care anymore. I watch more of Jennifer Lawrence's movies now. What does that say? So I'll see you next week, guys, with another video. Leave requests below if you're interested or looking for any videos. Check out my social medias, my blog, my Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Don't if you don't. I don't want you there if you don't want to. And I'll see you next week. And remember, if you have a teenage crush, it's a teenage crush. You're not in love. If you haven't met them, I know you don't like hearing it. Trust me, I know you don't like hearing it. But it's not love, okay? Just battle through it, and who knows, maybe you'll come out gay on the other end.